Now that Ed Sheeran's total domination of the charts is starting to subside and Drake has taken that role with 13 of his songs filling up the top 40, any chance of other artists getting a sniff in some sort of chart presence is pretty thin. Even returning artists who have been away from the scene for a while aren't getting much in terms of exposure. Case in point, just under a month back, many of us were very pleased to hear the news that Lorde was coming back with her return single Green Light from her upcoming second studio album, which is titled Melodrama. And how did it do? Well, considering Sheeran's dominance, as well as receiving almost nothing in terms of promotion other than a few plays on this side of the ocean, it entered the charts at number 28, which currently stands as its peak position, is currently sitting at the bottom of the top 40 and seems to be heading on its way out of the charts. Which, to be honest, is a real shame because the song isn't all that bad. It's very unlike anything that came from Lorde's debut album, and maybe it's because of poor promotion, the lack of decent airplay, the complete domination by two certain artists, or the different style of sound and lyrics in comparison to songs such as Royals, Team and Tennis Court, that this song isn't receiving the recognition it deserves. Or maybe it's a combination of some or all of the things listed. Reading as someone who has recently discovered that their significant other has been cheating on her, the first verse pretty much covers this with our protagonist's desire to call out this other person in front of everyone else around them. The second verse, which is significantly shorter than the first, sees our lead after these events, seemingly in the process of moving on from this person a certain period of time afterwards, apparently at the point of sleeping with other people, but doesn't seem to be fully over her ex. The first bridge shows the protagonist in coming to terms with rumours that she's heard about her fella and questions him as to whether he really loved her in the first place and whether he was scared to commit to one person to begin with. The second bridge sees Lorde in a place of freedom from her ex, but knows that she's going to have a while to fully get over him and desires that sweet feeling of finally being free from him. This notion leads into the chorus where she admits difficulty in gathering her emotions and possessions and cutting away from him, but again she knows that she'll soon be free from him and that any lingering feelings will eventually dissipate for good. Musically, the track doesn't have the same moodiness that was prevalent on Pure Heroin. Instead, it has a very upbeat and perky nature to it. Rooted in the dance pop genre, the piano begins with prominent chords before jumping into a looped riff in the first bridge, introducing the drum beat which becomes more energetic in the chorus along with additional hand claps, and has a hint of bass and synth strings that also crop up around the same time the drum beat begins. It's pretty decent all around, although the piano does lose its place in the track where the sound is kicked up a notch in the chorus and things can become a bit too claustrophobic, but it's nothing all out offensive to the ears. On the whole, I personally feel that this song at any other point other than the last month of the charts could have and would have done a hell of a lot better than its current performance, and admittedly I don't think this bodes well for any future releases from Lorde off of her next album, since lead singles that don't catch enough fire usually lead to poor performances from upcoming projects. But then again, this will be a great chance for the public to prove me wrong. But aside from that, this is a decent song and one that clearly deserves much better than what it initially received.